Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today our topic is desktop application, etc. So starting with desktop applications. Without applications our computers would be pretty useless as tools of productivity, and fortunately there are open source applications available for just about anything we want to use our computer for. So let's get started. So I've included some of the most typical desktop applications used and some of the most common open source desktop offerings for those applications. Let's start by looking at a couple of different Office applications. OpenOffice is developed and maintained by the Apache Software Foundation and is free to use for any purpose. OpenOffice is compatible with other major Office suites like Microsoft Office and contains the following applications: Writer, which is your basic word processor; Calc, which is a spreadsheet; Impress, which is kind of like PowerPoint, it's presentation software; Draw, for illustration and diagramming; Base for flat file databases and working with databases; and Math, which is a mathematical equation software. An alternative to OpenOffice is LibreOffice. LibreOffice was developed by the developers from the original open source project using the open source code from OpenOffice. What that means is because OpenOffice is open source, they took the source code and created a parallel project. This is a process called forking. So they forked LibreOffice from OpenOffice, and just like OpenOffice, LibreOffice includes applications for word processing, such as Writer, spreadsheets through Calc, presentations through Impress, vector graphics, editing, and flowcharting through Draw, databases through Base, and mathematical equations through Math. Both OpenOffice and LibreOffice are very similar. Next we have web browsers. I'm going to assume, since you are taking this training in a web browser, you are familiar with what a web browser is. A popular open source web browser is Firefox. Firefox is an open source web browser developed and maintained by the Mozilla Foundation. Created in 2002, Firefox is a popular alternative to proprietary browsers. Firefox happens to be what I'm using here in Ubuntu, and I've used a plugin extension to hide parts of the UI. In terms of mail clients, we also have Mozilla's offering in Thunderbird. Mozilla Thunderbird is a free and open source email and news client, and it's capable of functioning as an RSS, really simple syndication, and chat client as well. Thunderbird is the default mail client for Ubuntu desktop systems, which happens to be what I'm running here. With more and more cloud webmail providers, a desktop-level mail client becomes less and less of a necessity, but if you do prefer using them, Thunderbird is excellent. And lastly, I've included a popular application for working with graphics and images through GIMP. Originally released as the General Image Manipulation Program in 1996. GIMP has evolved into a robust and complete image editing and drawing application. If you have ever heard of Photoshop, GIMP is similar, but open-sourced. It is completely free and it really has evolved into a notable application. It is highly functional and very capable for producing high-quality graphics. So just kind of, as an aside, since I'm running Ubuntu, I can show you that I have Firefox installed. This is my general web browser that I use. I do have GIMP installed or new image manipulation. I use LibreOffice, but I could just as easily use OpenOffice. And really everything installed for the most part, with the exception of Possible. I also happen to have HTOP installed. So really with the desktop software that I have here, I have a capable productivity system. That wraps up our lesson on open source desktop applications. Next we're going to be talking about open source server applications. This lesson is now complete. And please like, share, comment and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.